This is the Aardvark Traffic Control Bird Leads the Way, May the 2nd, 2018, by Bruce Simpson, and that's at aardvark.co.nz. As I usually go on a Wednesday morning, today I took part in a global panel discussion of things related to drones. The panel often consists of figureheads within the industry and those who are involved in the regulatory and technological evolution of the rapidly changing area. One of the key discussing topics this morning was the issue of unmanned traffic management, UTM, and how it will be best achieved. It was an interesting and lively debate. I took the position that the future of managing millions of drones in our skies was to be something that was ideally suited to autonomous craft with a high level of artificial intelligence. The reason of taking this stance was that I frequently marvel at how much of our own high-tech is actually an analogue of the stuff that nature and evolution have developed over countless millennia. Even the aircraft in which we fly are modelled very much on the things we've learned from nature, and even though we have enhanced and extended those principles, the understanding basics were not our own invention at all. My rationale of suggesting that UTM is best left to autonomy and AI was based on the way that humans manage to negotiate potentially treacherous environments, such as busy city sidewalk, or even driving in a fast-moving motorway. Although there are points of control, such as traffic lights and cross-now signals, the actual movement of each individual person or vehicle is left up to the intelligence of the person in control, and most of the time such systems work very well. Another comparison can be made with birds. Despite the fact that in some areas there are extremely high concentrations of birds, such as around tall oak trees on an autumn evening when massive flocks of sparrows and starlings can be seen moving in perfect harmony. We see very few mid-air collisions between birds in these areas of congested airspace. Despite the density of birds, the relative high speed, and the fact that flocks may, from time to time, share airspace, they all manage to get from point A to point B in complete safety. There is no controller on the ground controlling or coordinating their movements. Onboard intelligence seems to do the job very nicely. So let's look at drones. Unlike the situation when birds are roosting of an evening, the density of drone traffic in the skies above our heads is incredibly low and will remain so for quite some time to come. So surely thousands of small birds can flock through a very small amount of space with safety, even 100 drones per cubic kilometre of airspace should be able to find their way from space to destinations without any issues. Providing sufficient AI is on board to provide them with navigation and avoidance clues. Why create a massive, complex single point of failure by building a traditional traffic air control system in the form of the current proposed UTMs? Surely it would be better to distribute the task amongst all the drones themselves, providing them with mesh networking and sufficient AI to navigate around obstacles and potential threats. If one drone AI or comms fails, then the other drones will be able to fly around it. But if a central UTM system fails, then all the drones will be left to fly blind without any real way of coordinating their movements and avoid disaster. However, the bottom line is that there really isn't much actually happening at all on a commercial level. Predictions of a world where your burger and fries is delivered by drone are a long, long way from fulfillment. And even if this does come to pass, our AI technology will have been massively improved by then, further strengthening the case of autonomy over central control. There is a huge amount of money at stake in guessing the future of this game. Whoever owns the UTM controls unmanned skies and gets a chance to make a fortune by charging for use of the airspace. No pay, no play. For this reason, there's already huge lobbying going on around the world as key players bump and push to try to become the preferred UTM provider. Here in New Zealand, we're seeing Air Maps convince CAA to support it in limited trials at key locations and elsewhere in the world. Other companies are cozying up to their own administrators with the same goal in mind. The real worrying thing about this is that, given the amount of money involved for the winner, I strongly suspect that there will be a lot of secret handshakes, Swiss bank account type of deals on the table, or should I say under the table, and the decision will be made as much on the basis of what's best for me as on what's best for safety. I've looked at both the Air Maps and the Altitude Angel, two competing UTM prospects, and for the life of me, I can not understand why CAA in New Zealand has gone with the former. In my own testing and use, I found that Altitude Angels is vastly superior in just about every respect. Yet, for some reason, CAA is going with what appears to be an inferior product. Go figure. I'd ask them why this is the case, but sadly CAA seems incapable of meeting their own self-imposed deadlines for responding to my query, a matter I have referred to the Minister of Transport. Stay tuned, and the future looks very exciting, if a little confused. Aardvark Forums, written by Bruce Simpson. Hi, I'm Rod Young, reading it out here in New Zealand. Have a nice day.